Hi there, and welcome to day one of our coronavirus quarantine. We have made the decision as elders to close the church for the following weeks, just till we see what happens with the coronavirus threat. Obviously, it's escalating quite quickly, and while we don't want to panic or overreact, we obviously want to be sensible and wise in our precautions. And it seems to be that other churches in Renfrewshire are also following suit. So day by day, hopefully I'll be able to post something to you just to keep us all in touch. And please do contact the elders if you're concerned about anything at all, or if you feel we can help you in any way. Please don't hesitate to get in touch. These days are days where obviously momentous things are happening across the world. And it looks like we are probably entering into the end times. That's what I'm certainly studying just now. So please do pray for me, because it's not an easy subject to look into, but we want some understanding and revelation from the Lord as we look at the scriptures together. But in these days I thought I'd continue to look at Psalm 91, which is our psalm for this season, the psalm for this time. Please do read it and meditate on it. There's some wonderful promises and encouragements within the psalm. And please do also share it with your friends and family and neighbours and people you come in contact with. People are looking for hope. They're looking for comfort in these days of anxiety and fear. And as Christians, we are the light, and we are peace, and we are God's gift to the world to be able to share his presence and his truth. So please don't hesitate to do that. Psalm 91, of course, begins with the wonderful words, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." Let's just take a moment to think about one of the words in that sentence, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High." That word dwell is the Hebrew word yoshab, and it means to dwell or to remain, to stay, but it also means to sit. And I thought that was quite an interesting understanding to explore of that word. That if we will sit in God's presence, sit under his shelter, sit under his wings, then we will know his rest, we will know his peace, we will know his presence. Sometimes people come into the office and they want to ask me a quick question, and they just stand and they ask me the question, and I give them a quick answer, hopefully, and away they go. But other times when people come into the office, it's obvious that they want to talk a little bit more. And so I invite them to sit. And when somebody sits, when you sit, of course, you feel a little bit more relaxed. You feel as though you're able to unburden yourself. And so it is with the Lord. If we will take the time just to stop and to sit down in his presence, then we can unburden ourselves. We can share. We know that we have his ear. We know that we have his undivided attention. He truly listens to us, and he's the best listener that there's ever been. And he understands us through and through. So whatever it is in our hearts or in our minds, whatever our anxieties might be, whatever our concerns for our family, whatever, we can share. We can talk to the Lord, and he listens. Ruth and I have just bought a new couch at home. The one that we had got from our gran, I think about 15 years ago or so. And of course it was just wearing thin after all these occasions where we've had people sitting on the couches for house groups, for parties, or just watching the television. And a new couch, somewhere new to sit, feels a little bit strange to begin with. And maybe if we're not used to sitting in the Lord's presence, perhaps it can feel a little bit strange, uncomfortable. Maybe we find our thoughts racing away to all kinds of things, and we find it difficult to be still and just to know that he is God and to know that he is with us. But it is something to be practiced. It is something to be developed. It's an art, I suppose, in some ways, to learn how to sit, how to still our minds, and how to listen to God, how to allow him to speak into our hearts, into our minds. I remember one time as a young person attending a house group meeting, and there was a wonderful speaker called Tom who just seemed to know the Lord so closely. And so many people came that there wasn't any room to sit anywhere. No couches left, no arms of the chair left. We had to sit on the floor, almost sit at his feet just to listen. Not that he was special in that sense, but he was just so filled with God, so filled with his presence that it was just wonderful to be there and to listen and to learn. And so it is with Jesus. He invites us to sit at his feet, to dwell with him, and to learn from him, and to enjoy his shelter, his comfort, his presence, his reassurance, his strength, his perseverance, all that we need. May God bless you, and we'll keep in touch, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.